Greenland, the world's largest island, is a land of ice, fjords, and a resilient indigenous culture. Though part of the Kingdom of Denmark, Greenland governs itself, while Denmark handles foreign affairs and defense. Its strategic North Atlantic location has long attracted global attention. Melting ice caps are revealing valuable mineral resources, including rare earth elements vital for modern technology. As Arctic routes open due to climate change, Greenland's geopolitical value is rising. The island is now a focal point for international strategy, not just scientific curiosity. Major powers are drawn by both its resources and its position on emerging shipping lanes. Greenland's future is increasingly shaped by global interests and high-stakes diplomacy. The United States has dramatically ramped up its interest in Greenland, drawn by the island's unique strategic location at the gateway to the Arctic and its vast, largely untapped natural resources. As the Arctic ice recedes due to climate change, new opportunities and challenges are emerging, making Greenland more important than ever before in global geopolitics. President Trump famously called Greenland crucial for U.S. national security, especially as Russia and China expand their presence in the Arctic. Both nations have invested heavily in icebreakers and military infrastructure, signaling their ambitions to control new shipping routes and resource-rich territories. The U.S. is particularly eager to secure access to Greenland's rare earth elements, which are essential for advanced technology, renewable energy, and military hardware. These minerals are critical for everything from smartphones and electric vehicles to sophisticated defense systems, making them a top priority for American industry and security. This makes Greenland not just a strategic military asset, but also an economic target. The potential for mining, new trade routes, and energy exploration has put the island at the center of a new global competition.
The U.S. has a long and storied history in Greenland, dating back to World War II, when it established military bases to protect North America from potential threats. These bases, including the famous Thule Air Base, remain active today, serving as a reminder of Greenland's enduring strategic value. The Thule Air Base is a key part of U.S. defense strategy, acting as an early warning outpost and a hub for Arctic operations. Its location allows the U.S. to monitor activity across the polar region and respond quickly to any emerging threats. The current push for influence in Greenland continues this legacy, with the U.S. aiming to block rival powers from gaining a foothold in the Arctic. The competition is fierce, as control over this region could shape the balance of power for decades to come. The U.S. sees control over Arctic shipping lanes and military outposts as vital to its global dominance. As melting ice opens new maritime routes, whoever controls these passages will have a significant advantage in trade, security, and resource access.
For Washington, securing Greenland is about more than just territory. It's about maintaining geopolitical balance in a rapidly changing world. The decisions made here will echo far beyond the Arctic Circle. Protecting American interests in the Arctic means investing in new technologies, strengthening alliances, and ensuring a strong presence in this remote but vital region. The island's resources and location are now central to U.S. strategy, shaping military planning, economic policy, and diplomatic efforts. The U.S. is determined to keep competitors at bay, using a mix of military strength, economic investment, and diplomatic engagement to secure its interests. Greenland's fate is now a matter of global power politics, with world leaders watching closely as the struggle for influence unfolds. The stakes have never been higher, as the future of the Arctic and perhaps the world order hangs in the balance.
Denmark considers Greenland an inseparable part of its kingdom, both culturally and politically. The Danish government insists Greenland is not for sale, reaffirming its commitment to the island's autonomy.
Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen has stated, "You can't buy another people, and small countries shouldn't fear bigger ones." Denmark's bond with Greenland is rooted in centuries of shared history and mutual respect. Danish officials worry that U.S. control could destabilize the region and set a dangerous precedent. The EU backs Denmark, viewing the issue as one of sovereignty and international law. Denmark promotes sustainable development in Greenland, balancing economic growth with Newfoundland, tos, posfozag, kososon. This contrasts sharply with the U.S. focus on resource extraction.
Greenland's government stands firmly with Denmark, valuing the benefits of their current relationship.
Greenlandic leader Nielsen declared, "If we have to choose between the US and Denmark, we choose Denmark."
Greenland's indigenous population fears losing their identity and autonomy under US control.
"We choose the Greenland we know today, as part of the Kingdom of Denmark."
Greenland is wary of US intentions, especially regarding military expansion and resource exploitation. The government prioritizes sustainable development and protecting their way of life. While US investment could bring economic opportunities, Greenland insists on partnerships that respect their autonomy and environment. Greenland's leaders are determined to safeguard their interests amid global competition. They seek balanced engagement, not domination. The island's future depends on careful navigation of international pressures. The Trump administration has taken an aggressive stance on Greenland.
President Trump sees Greenland as vital to U.S. security and strategic interests. Trump dismissed Greenland's preference for Denmark, calling it their problem.
The U.S. has floated proposals for military bases and financial incentives to sway Greenland away from Denmark. These moves have met strong resistance from both Denmark and Greenland.
The U.S. views Greenland as a prime location for expanding its Arctic military presence.
Access to Greenland's minerals is also a key motivation. The U.S. is open to diplomatic solutions, but only if they serve American interests. On January 14, 2026, the world's attention turns to Washington, D.C., as a high-stakes White House meeting brings together Danish, Greenlandic, and U.S. leaders. The air is thick with anticipation, and the outcome of this gathering could shape the future of the Arctic region for years to come.
Vice President Vance's presence signals the gravity of the situation for the U.S. This is not just another diplomatic meeting. Her involvement underscores the administration's deep concern and commitment to protecting American interests.
The meeting's primary goal is to de-escalate mounting tensions and seek a diplomatic solution that satisfies all parties. Negotiators are aware that every word and gesture will be scrutinized by their respective governments and the international community. Denmark and Greenland aim to reaffirm their alliance and preserve the status quo, emphasizing unity and mutual respect. They hope to present a united front in the face of external pressure. The US wants to assert its interests without resorting to force, balancing power with diplomacy. American officials are determined to secure strategic advantages while avoiding open conflict.
The stakes are high, with global implications for alliances and regional stability. The outcome could shift the balance of power in the Arctic and influence international relations far beyond these negotiations.
Denmark and Greenland will push for respect of Greenland's autonomy and seek assurances against U.S. aggression. Their leaders are determined to protect their sovereignty and ensure their voices are heard on the world stage.
The U.S. may offer economic incentives or propose joint ventures to sway Greenland, hoping to build goodwill and secure cooperation through mutually beneficial agreements.
The outcome could set a precedent for how small nations interact with superpowers, influencing future negotiations and the global balance of power.
The world is watching this diplomatic showdown unfold, with journalists and analysts speculating on every move and statement. The results will echo far beyond the Arctic, shaping the future of international diplomacy and the fate of the region for generations to come. U.S. interest in Greenland is rooted in decades of military and strategic calculation. The island's vast, icy expanse has long been seen as a critical outpost, not just for its location, but for the unique vantage point it offers over the Arctic and North Atlantic. For American defense planners, Greenland has always been more than just a remote landmass. It's a gateway to the Northern Hemisphere.
During World War II, the U.S. established bases to protect the North Atlantic, a presence that continues today with Thule Air Base. This installation became a linchpin in America's early warning system during the Cold War, monitoring for potential threats from across the polar region. The base's strategic location allowed the U.S. to project power and maintain a watchful eye on adversaries. In 1946, the U.S. even offered to buy Greenland, recognizing its Cold War value. The proposal, though surprising to many, underscored just how vital Greenland was considered for national security and global influence. Denmark refused, but the offer highlighted Greenland's enduring significance. The island remained under Danish control, but its strategic role only grew as global tensions shifted and new challenges emerged.
Today, the discovery of rare earth minerals adds an economic layer to U.S. ambitions. These minerals are essential for modern technologies, from smartphones to advanced military hardware, making Greenland a potential treasure trove for future industries.
As global competition for resources intensifies, Greenland's minerals are a top U.S. priority. Securing access to these resources could reduce reliance on foreign suppliers and strengthen America's position in the global supply chain. Control over these resources could boost U.S. technological and economic power. The stakes are high as nations race to secure the materials that will drive the next wave of innovation and growth.
Climate change is making Greenland more accessible, increasing its value as a shipping and trade hub. As Arctic ice recedes, new maritime routes are opening, promising faster connections between continents and new opportunities for commerce.
This has renewed interest from the U.S. and other global powers. The competition for influence in Greenland is intensifying, with diplomatic and economic stakes higher than ever before.
Understanding this history is key to grasping today's Arctic power struggle. Greenland's past and present are deeply intertwined with the ambitions of nations seeking to shape the future of the region. Greenland's legacy is one of strategic importance, military, economic, and now environmental. Its story is a testament to how geography and resources can shape the destiny of nations. The island's story is far from over. As the world's eyes turn northward, Greenland's role on the global stage is only set to grow. The Greenland conflict has major implications for global stability and international law.
The standoff reflects broader Arctic tensions as climate change opens new frontiers.
The situation raises questions about sovereignty and the rights of small nations.
Denmark and Greenland's resistance highlights the challenges small countries face against superpowers.
The outcome could shift the Arctic's balance of power and set global precedents.
European nations and others are watching closely, concerned about the precedent this sets. Greenland's leaders are focused on preserving their way of life and ensuring sustainable development. The decisions made now will shape Greenland's future and its place in the world.
The Greenland conflict is a test of sovereignty, strategy, and diplomacy. The White House meeting is a pivotal moment for the island's future. As Denmark, Greenland, and the U.S. negotiate, the world watches for broader implications. Possible outcomes range from reaffirming alliances to new U.S. involvement. A diplomatic solution that respects Greenland's autonomy is key to regional stability. The stakes are high, and the lessons learned could shape future global diplomacy. The outcome will have far-reaching consequences for all involved. In a changing world, sovereignty and cooperation are more important than ever.